Hey guys, Penadale here, and welcome to my newest Let's Play, which is The Balance of Nature, a Zelda Classic quest. This is post-commentary, because I am a twit. Yeah, no matter how many times you think that you have checked your settings, or that you're... Basically always check your settings. No matter how many times you check your settings and it's automatically the correct thing, the one time you don't check will be the time that it somehow reverts to the other default. So always check your settings, kids. The people of Holodrum speak of a time long ago when their land was brought to the brink of extinction. Try saying that 3 times fast. And so we go from spring to summer, slightly yellower palette, different music, to fall, different music, even yellower palette, to winter, which I like the winter music. To their aid came the hero who, together with the Oracle of Seasons, restored the land. And we've got a GBC sprite next to an SNES sprite. Okay. But that time has long since passed, and even oracles do not live forever. I like this music. ywkls Enterprises presents a GP Intelligences production. Yeah, this is kind of cinematic. And then here we are on the title screen, which takes forever and a day for me to actually manage to get off of. Guys, can you maybe put a prompt on these things? You know, press down to move on. I know Hyrule's Resurrection, Jamian did that, and I really appreciated it. Because otherwise I'm going, is it frozen? Am I stuck? Is it supposed to be like this? Do I just have to wait? And, you know, I just keep asking these questions. So this quest, it's interesting. It's a little, got some story to it, more than, say, Stranded. Not much more, but more. It's called a dungeon romper on the ZC database. I think of it mostly as a vehicle for puzzles. There's combat, but it's There's exploration, but it's sort of an afterthought. It's a little Metroidvania-y, but it's very linear in its Metroidvania-y-ness, if that's even, you know, a concept. It tells you where to go next and what to do next. There isn't a lot that you have to find just by looking at it. There are a few things that are missable. And you can, for one thing, the true ending of the game, there are 2 flags for it, and if you skip them, which you can do, you don't get the true ending. So it's, I don't know, but I like this quest because it has 2 very interesting gimmicks, which I'll talk more about later. A couple interesting gimmicks. That was me again trying everything to see if I could move on from this screen. It just wasn't happening. I do like this music, though. The quest has a great sense of humor, a fairly cinematic presentation, and from what I've seen, ywkls learned from it. Oh, hero of Hyrule, help us! The General of Darkness has returned! Uh-oh. The seasons are in chaos, and the power of the Triforce has been sealed. Away somewhere, in Holodrum. Only you can save us, O hero. You say that you've been hearing a voice calling out to you, asking for help. I don't know about you, but I find that to be a bit unusual. I know you just bought that fancy new shield, but that is no reason to go risk life and limb on some kind of quest. I guess that nothing I say is going to stop you. If you really feel like you have to answer this plea, you should head to the cave in the north. There's always been something strange about it, and you might find a way to reach whoever you've been hearing. Remember that if you want to talk to somebody, all you have to do is press the EX1 button. What does that mean? How should I know? You're the one who's determined to have an adventure. Yeah, the EX1 button is select, which is going to be a bit of a problem later on. Princess Zelda? Why, yes, I do look a little like her. Yeah, reused sprite. I... the thing is, the CC does not play well with Win 10. And at this point I was having to turn down my speaker sound. That's what that chiming you hear is, if you hear it. Because I always forget that this stuff comes out really loud. You're going on an adventure, well, how are you going to get anywhere without some kind of weapon to defend yourself? Well, I'll find one. I always do. I wish that I could come along. So, we can't go anywhere else but into this cave. It's a sparkly hole. And we splash down. And come out in the lantern waste. No, wait. Although, you got an adventurer's sword. It's not much to look at, but better than nothing. Link, if anybody shows up offering you Turkish delight, just say no. I really just thought of that right now. It is weirdly Narnia-ish. So, can't go past those rocks. Hoot! I'm in charge of the Holodrum Library. What? You think it's odd for an owl to run a library? Well, you're the one who came here from another dimension or something. Anyway, did you see that strange statue outside? Well, there's something of a legend around here. Ahem. Many years ago, Din, Oracle of Seasons, received a warning. One day, her home would again be in peril. To aid anyone heroic enough to save Holodrum, she scattered those stones around the land. It is said that locked inside each one is a crystalline flame. Anyone who can gather them all must be the true hero, destined to bring balance to Holodrum. I'll remove those pesky rocks in front so you can continue your quest. Yeah. And if you have to get to the right place to talk to the owl, which is apparently from above. Return if you find a crystalline flame, and I'll reward you. Okay. So we come outside, and oh hey, you found a crystalline flame. If you collect a lot of these, something good is bound to happen. Yeah, this quest has a lot of little references to especially the GBA games and Link's Awakening. There are said to be at least 25 crystalline flames in the world. I'm sure that there are others who will reward you if you show them the legend is true. And then you talk to him one more time. That's a crystalline flame. I was expecting something larger. Well, if I find a fossil, I'll bring it to you and you can put it in the museum. And we walk into this beam of light, and this is our warp area. Frozen Lake. Okay then. Yeah. This quest does not actually have flute warps. Barren desert. This is how you warp around. You have to unlock the warp areas from their warp panels. So we'll do more with that later. So we head down this way. There's not much going on. And we get a hole in the ground. Which we can't walk into. Oh no. Not you. Tingle, tingle, kululimpa! I'm in the middle of a snowball fight, but I've run out of ammunition, so I hid in here. Ugh. I don't like that guy, you might have realized. And of course, now the season has changed, because Holodrum. Don't bother me, I'm hard at work on my greatest achievement. Once the true hero appears, I'll have something ready to aid his quest. But unless you have all 25 of the crystalline flames, I refuse to believe that you are the hero. Well, you heard the guy. If we talk to him again, what are you hanging around for? Didn't you listen to a word I said? I mean, that's funny, but if someone who's got memory problems and comes back here, might, that could be kind of a problem. If they won't say the same thing again. So, I don't know, maybe alternate or something? I don't know. So we try to talk to this guy, eventually. There is a slight problem. Yeah, anytime you talk to someone outside, it's gonna be the map. I don't know what that means exactly, but it sounds like a good idea to me. I don't know what that means, because I'm just a kid. Yeah. So, you can save here without having to go to the F6 menu. Music has power over hearts of stone. Okay then. Well, there is an ocarina symbol there. We're not going to get that piece of heart for quite some time. But, if we come down here... Welcome to Syrup's Famous Potion Shop. We stock the best selection in all of Holodrum. So let's get a potion. Yep. I like to get it now because we're going to start building up rupees. Quite quickly, actually. So this quest actually has 19 dungeons. If we come up this way, we can't do anything. But it's good to know this is here because you can actually miss that path through the trees very easily. Oh look, another crystalline flame with a different palette. Yes. Yeah. I'm not going to read that every time. Come in here. I'm the Gasha Nut. Here, have a sample of my wares. You got a Gasha seed. It's filled with juicy goodness. Seed? A seed is full of juicy goodness? So yeah, that's up there in the key items. It's part of the trading quest. Because, of course, there's a trading quest. I told you, this quest is very much a callback and love letter to the GBA era. Well, Game Boy Color. Game Boy Color, and to some extent, GBA. You know, Minish Cap. More Game Boy Color, though. And here we have level 1, Twilit Keep. Yeah, there's a ton of dungeons, and I'm getting my map. There's just a lot of... there are a ton of dungeons, and you just kind of stumble across them. They're not hard to find. And you will pretty much find them in order. So, I'm checking my map. The dungeons are mostly linear, but they do have a few path choices, so we get a key. And we can smash pots with our sword. Which you couldn't do with the regular sword in any of the GBA games, or GBC games. Can't go through, or actually can go through that door. And in fact, there's nothing to do up here, as you can see. We have to come at that switch from the side. Rope, of course. More rope. These split rooms. ywkls uses them a lot, and it sort of makes the dungeon more twisty and turny. Watch out for this Lionel. He can shoot a fireball at you. I just sort of never noticed him doing it the one time and got lucky. Lots of help. And another key. I like the music in here. And, okay, you see that? That's actually a 50 rupee. Yeah. One thing I should maybe say, ywkls, is I screwed that up. One thing I should maybe say is I really don't think it's a good idea to, to use non-standard rupee colors. It just confuses people. I know that standardized beyond the first 3, standardization doesn't really exist, but at the very least, you should have, one rupee green, 5 rupees blue, 20 rupees red. 20 rupees are actually purple, at least in here, and that red one is a 50. I don't think that's the best idea, but, it's still better than having a rupee that looks like a rupee. So now we see that shape. Does that shape look at all familiar to you? It may or may not. It depends on how much Zelda Classic you've played, as opposed to actual Zelda. So we come through here, and now we're up here. We can make those blocks disappear, but we don't have a key to go through there. Yep, see? 20 for a purple rupee. So we check our map to see which way we have to go, because it's hard to remember. And it honestly doesn't actually matter. And we get whacked. And we get murdered by an Armos. Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I didn't realize how quickly I was dying. That guy was just fast and right there. So yeah, that was our first death out of 2 in the entire run. Yeah, at this point I have actually recorded the entire LP, and I'm now doing post-commentary on this episode. It's been a thing. You will always have to hit that switch. You can kill this guy. Watch out for his fireballs. That time I actually saw him using one. Just keep picking up rupees, because they're nice. So, yeah, I mean... that death was mostly carelessness, I guess. But yeah, this, the map shape should look like something. And apparently Octoroks have priority in this room. I'm not gonna argue with that. We'll move on. Bats, whom I kill for no real reason. Huh. Why magic? Do we get something in this, dungeon that uses magic? Maybe? I'm checking my map to make sure I'm going the right way. I am. Well, mostly anyway. By the way, there are no magic containers in this quest. The only collectibles are heart pieces and crystalline flames. And we get another key. And we keep on going, and we get another key. So we head back. And back. And back. Still don't need that. Honestly, I'm not sure why. I don't think you can use magic at this point. Meh. And we've got everything in here. And I don't think there's anything like bubbles who steal your magic or anything like that either. So we could have gone through the locked door, but it's sort of a thing in this quest. If you see a locked door and an unlocked door, almost always, not always, but there's only like one exception, take the unlocked door first. Now we've got to dodge these traps, hit that switch, and I can't believe I actually managed to dodge that. I probably will not do nearly as well with this. And, nope, no I didn't. Timing is not my friend. Come through here, come up here. Yes, there are a lot of secret passages and warps. ywkls really likes using them, mostly to make his dungeon layouts work. Because, yeah, there's a reason his dungeon is in this shape. It's one of the 2 gimmicks of this quest that I actually think is kind of cool. Clocks. Clocks are not permanent in this quest. They last for a little while, and then they stop. So, you know, that's a thing to keep in mind. And I'm looking, I guess, for rupees at this point, because the more the merrier. And if you had not gone for that extra key, you'd have been unhappy. And we get the lantern. Yeah, that is one of the first gimmicks of this quest, is that the map of the dungeon shows you what you're going to get. Sometimes more obviously than others. Some of these maps are a bit impressionistic. Or Picasso-ish. Which, Picasso was Cubism, right? It's been a while since I had an art history course. Push that. Get whacked. Again. Push that. Look for hearts, because geez, ouch. Can I get some more hearts, please? Of course not. And I think about it, and honestly, it's faster just to warp back to the front of the dungeon using the F6. Which is what I'm checking the map to decide on right now. I think. Yep. That's what... The F6 warp, I will wind up using it a lot, not so much to, save my health, but because a lot of the time you have to go back to the very beginning of the dungeon to move on, and it's just faster. So we light the torch, light the lamp, not the rat, and move on. Yeah, it can be a thing trying to check out this map. As you can see, we're missing 1, 2 rooms up at the top, and 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms down at the bottom, and a 5th one, like, right in front of us, I think. So, we got a little ways to go, checking out this dungeon. But yeah, ywkls using the, thing. And then we scroll out, and we scroll in, because I'm never very good at getting these things to work. Oh yeah, and of course you can see my pointer is right there because, life. At least it's not too noticeable when I'm actually playing. And we get a key. And we get the compass. That's nice. I don't think anybody's surprised about where that is, really. Kill the Armos, who is at least, slow. Octorok, Zol. And get yet another key. So, head back. So, where did we last see a locked door? That's a good question. I don't actually remember. Luckily, past me has a map, which is good, because present me has, like, nothing. Present me has had a very long day at work and is just sort of brain dead. But I can commentate. So, yeah. Oh, right. This way. Well, kinda has to. We gotta go back through the warp. Because of course we do. Once again, hit that switch. Step into the warp tile. Kill this Lionel again. And... pardon me. Just follow along. Yep. Kill you. Yep. And this is where the other... it wasn't just a locked door, it wasn't a locked door, it was a rock lobster. No, it was a torch that we had to light. Okay. So we come through here, fill up our magic, and there's a locked door. But, you remember what I said? Always go through the unlocked door first. Hit the switch. Kill the rope. Get 50 rupees. That is pretty nice. And there we go. Now we go through the locked door. And we get another warp. Yeah, but you see what I mean? Because he wants his dungeons to look like the item, sometimes the layout just doesn't work, so warps. Meh. The maps are still important and there are some puzzles. So of course we have Aquamentus. Avoid the fireballs until you get hit because, well, that's just how you roll. And just whack at him until he dies. It's Aquamentus. And you get a heart container. This bit's kinda cool too. Approach the pedestal. Thank you for silencing the fiends which have lurked in this keep. Look in the land of eternal snow for your next trial. Yeah, it's basically... it tells you where to go next. That doesn't mean you necessarily always want to do it immediately. There might be a few other things you need. So we're gonna look around. There isn't really anything we can do, but it's nice to sometimes look. We're also gonna kill crows, because crows. There's... we got hit by something. We got... can't go across those pits, and can't go through that cracked tombstone. Can't go through that barrel. So, yeah, we better just go back to the ice area. I'm not sure why I did that. I'm not even sure I knew why I did that at the time. So, yep, get more health. We're on the lantern because at least, you can only use it once per screen, and it's better than accidentally using up your potion. Still grabbing money, because there's going to be a very good thing to buy once we can get into the desert. And now we can burn a tree. Smokey the Bear is not happy with us. To control the seasons, you will need the Virtuous Sword. Yeah, that's going to be a while. Can't do anything about that heart piece yet. So. And we can climb up on that stump and save if we want. If we come down this way, we find a statue blocking our way. Guy looks kind of doofy. Anyway, let's save. And we're not quite done yet. We got about a minute and a half, 2 minutes left in the recording. This is ice. It moves, it makes you move at half speed. It's not slippery, thank goodness. This is Kent. This is what happens when people get too sexually frustrated. Look, I really liked Real Genius, okay? Can't do anything about that key yet. Or that hole. Keep moving. Mimics! Yeah. These guys are just green mimics. They are ridiculously easy to kill. And we get a key. And lose the rupee. Oh well. Oh no. No. We're not dealing with them until we have at least one more heart. Because yeah. At least. So instead, we come up this way, unlock this area, get another crystal flame, crystalline flame, whatever, and, yep, we're at 3. Pardon me. And we've made it to level 2, Frozen Fortress. So this is where we're going to call it, since we're getting close to half an hour. So, thank you guys for joining me for Let's Play Zelda Classic Balance of Nature, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great evening. Goodbye.